Welcome to week 7. Oh boy, getting down to it. This is our last full week in production. So let's take a look. You're going to maintain a weekly journal again this week. So on Monday, you're going to set your goal. You've done this before. Score the half sheet within the first 5 minutes of class. Hand that back to Mr. Leduc. In fact, hey, that's me. I'm going to come get it from you in the first few minutes of class. Again, do that right away. Then at the end of the week, you'll finish the blog post, make sure everything's there. We're good to go. This will be the last journal you'll be doing for this production cycle. Next week, everything is due. We'll be focusing on that, getting things published. By the way, May 5th, we have to look at all the material. So essentially the work is due May 4th, which is Tuesday. Tuesday is the last work day. May 5th, we have to look at our material and decide which teams are going to represent Capital High School. So we need May 5th to do that. So I just want to be clear. It's due May 5th, but it is not a work day May 5th. All right, moving onward. Your journal entry, I've updated some stuff. Essentially, it's the same thing as last week. This is new, because it's week 7. But best practices, when you click on this link, it's going to take you over to this folder. You're going to notice there are 2 documents for each class. Let's take a look at this. What has happened is when I recreated the best practices lists, I did them by concepts around 21st century skills. Now, these are things you need to be able to do in the world of work, especially with all the stuff coming at us. Can you do critical thinking, problem solving? So they were put together under these ideas. So if we go down here, communication, collaboration. So some students were stressed out by this. They're like, I don't know where things are. What I implore you to do is slow down, actually read through the document before you go about your work for the week. Okay, so that's one strategy. So if things are overwhelming, pause, take a look at it again, and see what you need to see to make sense. What I did do as well, though, is I reorganized it chronologically by how you work on a project. So I took the same stuff and recombobulated it into stages of development, in this case for a game. So are you in stage whatever? Let's go down here to prototyping. How about critical iteration, refining and polishing? You might be in this area. So when you look at these particular skills, these are things you should be doing. So using lighting, color, and pathfinding cues to guide players without using AI markers. I don't know. Is that what you're doing? So you can look at these and see what your best practices is. So I would recommend doing this on Monday, today, because this is the stuff you should be doing. So hopefully this is helpful. I did this for all the classes. Film has the same thing, a new chronological order, and rock has it as well. So again, if that's helpful in picking out what best practices you're focusing on, that's important. And again, that is something that's crucial. Lastly, the big giant spreadsheet, this is what's due today. Again, if you're watching this on Monday, which you are, because I'm making you watch it in class. Game design, we're going to be, actually, this is like 4 or 5-ish. So let's change that right now. So in game design, we play their games midweek on Wednesday. And so this will be on the 29th. All right. And film and rock, you don't do this. So yeah. At least not this week. All right, that's it. We're going to have fun. Yay.